Hey, it's Kayla Ambrose, back with the Kayla Ambrose Show. And today I want to talk about crystals and gemstones. Specifically, I want to talk about the journey. So, my best friend Nikki and we've been friends for over 20 years, known each other through all types of crazy experiences, and have a lot of fun together. And one of the things that we both have in common that we love is our love of crystals and gemstones. Nikki is a geologist. She has a master's degree uh, in it. She has worked in the fields. She has traveled all over and done studies and research with this type of work. She's also been a teacher for years. She's worked for in the corporate world with it, with universities, with states, actually, the government, in every kind of way as a geologist. And she has a deep, deep passion for gemstones and their beauty, their natural beauty, and the energy that they give off. We both are really passionate about our love of metaphysics as well, and about the energy and the universe and all the things that go with it. And for those of you that know me, I'm a psychic who sees auras and a wisdom teacher. And I see auras around everything, not just people, but around buildings that hold energy, and especially around gemstones, rocks, any type of natural environment. It radiates energy as well that you see. It's aura, but especially through gemstones that are charged to radiate that energy. And so we've talked about this a lot, her and I, and we started wondering, do crystals and gemstones really work like they say? You read these descriptions and you're like, oh, okay, but is there any truth to these legends? Can they really help you energetically? So we decided to put all of our gifts and talents and education together. I had all this information from the ancient mystery schools and temples and how they used crystals and gemstones and for healing properties and rituals and working at a mind, body, spirit level. She knew through her studies of years, not just as a geologist and scientifically, but also spiritually with her work. And so we decided, what if a psychic who sees auras and a geologist with a master's degree got together and combined spirituality with science to test out these factors? Could we see how what's real and how it really works? And so we wondered, what if we discovered that certain gemstones and crystals work together and that some work the best together when they're side by side? Could we explain from start to finish how to work with these gemstones in the right order to guide someone on the right path of where you were looking to go? You wanted, say, something to happen in your life. Maybe it's love, maybe it's career, maybe it's personal development and spiritual growth. And what if you could have certain gemstones that not only were powerful to do that, but when put together in the right order and you wore them, they even enhanced it further. So we started this research and we created certain formulas that allowed the stones to be even stronger when their energies were aligned together in the right combinations. So we figured this out through a lot of experimentation and studying how these gemstones were used, starting back in ancient cultures into modern day times. And so we took these stones and we began making them into bracelets and placing them in the correct order so that they worked in tandem with each other to create what we call the desired effect. And then we added Reiki energy as well. We are both um, instructors of Reiki. And so we added energy as well. And then we would charge them up and then we'd place them on selenite and let them charge further overnight under the moonlight and really spend conscious energy activating these stones so that when you put them on, they would really radiate with energy. So we took this information as science and spirituality, we joined the forces, and we created what we call distinctive, bespoke, custom bracelets called the Journey. And so we created a website with them, and we wrote step by step the journey of each bracelet put together, and to explain what each stone means and how in combination it creates a journey, a story. And so we wrote the story as well so that you could look and decide which journey do I want to go on, and then read the story, read all about the effect each stone was having on you, and put it into action. So while doing this, we also love jewelry, and we both love beautiful things. And so we really wanted to make sure the bracelets were like a work of art. We added cuffs and druzy and titanium druzy and just all kinds of beautiful gems to really make everything sparkle and shine, because we wanted them to feel really good at the same time. And this journey is a mind, body, spirit connection. And so we feel, while it's wonderful that it feels good, we also wanted it to look good at the same time and look good on you. And so we had no choice when we were creating these beautiful bracelets. They were so lush, they felt so good. We had no choice but to name them Lavish. And that's how we created Lavish Goods. So then we took it a little further, because we have these bracelets that are designed for specific purposes. And you can look on the website at lavishgoods.com and buy them right away. Or you can have a private session with me where I read your aura as we're talking, and then I divine what's going on with your life path and what I see in your aura. And then we work together to create these perfect stones just for you and make you a one-of-a-kind custom bracelet. And the bracelet comes with a letter explaining the meaning of the stones, and even includes a personal mantra to say when working with the stones. So this all came to fruition, and it's here. It's the journey, and the journey is here now. So we invite you to come find out about it, to find out about these bracelets, our passion, what we're doing, and what we're making. We also have just launched Journey for Men, and so we have bracelets for men as well. And soon we'll be launching our Spring 2024 collection as well. One of the reasons I'm so passionate about having these bracelets is, when COVID happened, we weren't allowed to touch each other. We weren't allowed to hug or kiss or embrace. We had to keep our distance. And now that that's kind of come to an almost ending, people are still a little anxious about it. And we've all retreated a little bit as we've had to. And we all feel a little more distance between ourselves and others, a little bit alienated. And there's been a big disconnect. There's been a big push to create divisiveness in our world, a big push to make us feel alone and scared and anxious. And so I think when you want to change what you see in the world, you have to be the change, like that saying goes. And so I was really passionate about creating these bracelets because they're tangible. They touch your wrist. They go on your body, so you directly feel the magnetic energy of these stones. Now, we talk about the chakras in the body, but there are many other chakras. There are chakras in the palm of your hands, just all over the body. And the wrist is a pulse point, so connected to that chakra there. And so I thought it was really important to make a bracelet that could be felt at the pulse point and would be tapped into those chakras. I've often wondered about tattoos. And watching for the past, let's say, 20 years, okay, how tattoos have become so much more popular with all types of people. And one of the things I think is that people were feeling disconnected and not safe, not protected. And if you look back in ancient times, people would tattoo themselves or use paint of some kind to draw on themselves and to make them feel safer and more protected. They might actually wear armor. They might have a breastplate that they wore They might wear feathers or headdress, but there was something worn to make you feel a little safer, to go out in the world and do what you had to do. And I think tattoos have become kind of a talisman like that, to say, to protect, to wear as a shield of some type. And that kind of surrounds the body and the aura. And so I'd like to think of these bracelets in a similar way, that they can be worn as a shield as well. They can be protected. They can provide that feeling of not being alone and understood by something greater, bigger, the universe, whatever you'd like to describe it. And then also it honors the journey you're on. And many people that have started wearing these bracelets find they end up collecting several of the journeys because they realize they're not one dimensional, they're multidimensional. And they might want a bracelet for career and more money, but that's not what they think about all day long. They also want, you know, to have better friendships and relationships, or they're on a journey of personal development and getting to know themselves on a higher level. So they'll often get more than one bracelet to help them on that journey to go one way or the other. So much like tattoos that are put on to radiate that energy, the bracelets do the same thing. They say, this is me and this is the journey I'm on. So when people get the bracelets, we explain to them they're placed in a certain order to radiate the energy and for each stone to get along with each other. And this is the order that you wear the bracelets. They come in a stack, usually 5 to 6 bracelets in a stack for women, and usually 3 for men. And you work your way through each bracelet. You tap into the energy and the meaning of each bracelet, and as you work through it, then you go to the next, you go to the next, you touch the bracelets, you're in touch with the energy, it's working on you, it's building that foundation, it's opening your consciousness, it's allowing you to fully connect with who you are and why you're here and what's going on. So when you first get the bracelet, you want to wear it on your left hand. And the reason why is that is your divine feminine side. That is the creative side. It's also known as the accepting, opening side. So you are opening and accepting the energy of the bracelet to come into you, into your auric energy, in your energy field, and surrounding you with that energy. And so you're infusing yourself with all of that in the journey bracelet that you wanted to bring into your life. After you feel that you've brought that in, and now it's fully radiating within you, then you can switch and wear the journey bracelet on the right side. And the right side is the divine masculine side. It's where we take action. It's where we give. It's where we go and do and be. So when we're wearing it on the right side, it's now ready to project that energy outward. We've accepted the energy in from the bracelets to take us on our journey. And now we're going to go do and be those things to create that, whatever it is on our journey, and create that experience. So if you're along your journey and you feel like you've lost your way a little bit, put it back on the left hand, charge it back in, bring more of that into you, get a recharge, and then put it back on the right so that you can go out and do more with it. And this is what we do with the left and the right. This is how we work. We're always trying to balance between us the divine feminine and the divine masculine energy that lives within each of us. So these stones are working this way, infusing and radiating and sending that energy out. They're both important. You need the creative energy of the left side to really help open up and to accept and to bring that in. And then you need to step into your divine masculine and manifest and visualize and be ready to do. And the bracelets, of course, are here to work with you. What that means is not just wearing a bracelet is going to fix everything and take care of everything. Wouldn't it be great? But these are you know, designed to complement. They're not a replacement for the hard work that's required to achieve anything in life. Simply because a crystal or a stone, has some properties, either physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual, it doesn't mean that personally that you will definitely experience that property. It means that it is radiating with that energy, and should you open up and connect with it, then it's going to help radiate that energy within you and then help you to go take action and do those things to create whatever it is that you wish to see in the world. And these bracelets are so special that way. Even the agates and the druses and the geodes, each one is different, right? These are all made from natural gemstones. So no two will ever look alike or be perfectly the same. And so the one you receive is the one meant for you, that is so right for you. And it's beautiful to see that, how it goes. So when you get your bracelet, you will see the stack of stones in the order, and you'll read about the journey, and then you'll begin. There are, at any given time, over 20 journeys, I think, on the website. We introduce new collections. Like I said, there's a new spring collection coming up, and there are some that we keep year round, and some that are just for the spring and the fall collections. So there's always new journeys to explore and discover and to see for all types of abilities. Like I said, career and love and personal growth and spiritual endeavors. Pretty much anything that you can think of in that way, as well as the custom bracelets, that we design and do. We're really excited about the spring collection coming up. It's going to be in a lot of what I call earthy pastel colors that are really going to connect you to the beautiful bloom of spring and the rebirth and everything that can be done, but earthy to keep you grounded as well, to keep those dreams with enough of a firm footing to go out and do and be and create everything that you want to do. So I hope you'll check us out at lavishgoods.com is the website for this, and to check out our bracelets, and we'd love to hear from you. I'm thinking if this podcast gets enough listeners and enough attention, maybe Nikki and I'll come on together and talk more about the bracelets and do a little podcast here and answer questions if anyone has any and do some fun things like that. We'll have to see. If you have any questions about any of the bracelets that you're looking at and want to know more, just use the contact form on Lavish Goods there. We'll be happy to answer any questions you have about any of them. So I hope things are going well for each and every one of you, and that your journey is taking you to all the places you ever dreamed. Wishing you all a very happy holiday season and an end to 2023.